Welcome back. Well, as I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker here. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend.
I did, thank you.
Good. You said it went by fast.
And it did. It seemed like it went by really fast, but good to be back.
Good. Well, welcome back. And I hear you have some additional new information for us regarding COVID.
Yeah, the kind of surprising a little bit that the positive cases went up, but not in correlation. The hospitalizations went down. Okay. So that's a good news for us. I think for anybody following COVID since we really got into it in May and got on the numbers, and especially when we saw that spike in June and July, was that hospitalization rate was something that we were very critical about.
Right.
And so the good news there is that we were at 176 when last Friday. Now we're at 164, so that's gone down. Oh. And also ICU numbers went from 64 down to 57. So those are good. So those are good numbers. The positive cases, you know, those are reported on a daily basis, and the key to that is that first big chart there where you see in red the 5.2. To get out of that substantial tier, that red tier, we have to get the 7-day average of positive cases below 4.
Right.
And so we've still got some work to do in that area. Luckily, but unfortunately, still one death reported, but down from the numbers that we saw last week.
Right.
That one death, by the way, was in an assisted living facility, wasn't in the village here. That's Orange County number, not the Laguna Woods. So the Laguna Woods numbers have stayed the same. Basically, it's 67 and 6. So no change with regards to the city of Laguna Woods, which means no change for the community.
Right. One thing that's interesting is that you had mentioned hospitalizations and ICUs, which were down approximately 10.
Yeah,
correct?
About 10.
So the good news is, I mean, unfortunately, one person did die, but maybe 9 others got out, right, and got over it.
Survival rate
good thing.
better,
sure.
Which is good, and it goes back to that number up there with regards to people that have gone through and unfortunately have gotten COVID, but have gone through the survival process.
Right. Good. All right. Good. And then here, the next, the chart that we're showing now is obviously the flattening of the curve and the averages, and I mean, it's really good to see that things are going away, sort of.
Yeah, and like I said, that seeing that minus 4.1, showing that dip going downwards, that's what we want to see in that hospitalization rate. So that's good. And obviously, with it being in that downward trend, our capacity in our hospitals is a lot better than it was.
Now, do you happen to know if this week the health department or even the governor are going to be announcing anything?
I have not heard any new announcements. I know that they've been tracking at statewide, trying to elevate each county. They're really addressing it on a county basis now, where it was kind of the state program. Because if you look at the state's overall numbers, because some counties have done so well, and they're somewhat isolated too, the overall average for the state is actually in some cases better. When you see those trends.
Yes.
However, that's why they shifted to this color pattern and these categories, because it's really county to county. Now, if you look at the county, Orange County is already in the red tier, out of the purple tier. But there's only 5 counties in the state that are in the red tier. The rest are still in the purple tier. So we're actually have advanced in that category.
Right.
So if we went to the moderate tier, which is the next goal for us, we'd be one of the first counties to accomplish that.
Wow. Well, I hope we achieve that. So everybody, keep doing what you're doing. Maybe we'll
and
make
really,
headway.
it's 2 things. It's wearing in the mask, social distancing, and when I say it should be really 3, and then getting tests. Because the more cases and the more tests they have, the more documentation they have that the rate's down.
Right. Right. And there's an awful lot of places that you can go to now to get free COVID testing.
Right.
And I believe that is on our website, which
and
is Laguna Woods
Village. And it's on all
Alerts.
the websites. It's really good information where they can go.
Good. Well, we probably all should just go in and get it done. You might as well, because I have a feeling that's coming anyway.
It probably is. And I think that's one of the things that they've done really good job lately is getting more and more test capabilities out there.
Exactly, exactly. All right, well, thank you for the information on that. And then now I know there was a new e-blast that went out, and we've got some announcements.
Yeah, in the Village Blast that went out Friday, we have a number of announcements, and some I just wanted to highlight, and that is we have a new resident orientation program that's returning. Now, that process, again, because we've been doing it virtual and getting information out there, we'll continue to do that. So we're going to have new resident orientation meetings with Third and United running all the way through December now.
Right, now those are virtual.
Yeah, and it's going to start October and run, like I said, all the way to December.
Okay.
If you have a desire to be involved with that and get information, contact Becky Jackson in the CEO's office, and it's becky.jackson@VMS Inc. And she will coordinate you getting signed up in the right category, whether you live in Third or whether you're in United, and get you lined up for one of those orientations. So we want to get that going again.
Yeah, even though they're not in person, they still have a lot of information to go over because there's so many different nuances about the village that people do need to know about. Otherwise, you might do something, you'd be like, whoops, that's not right.
And there's so many different nuances between the two. And so it is so important for those people that are moving into United to understand the United rules and some of the background behind how United is a co-op versus Third is a condominium. All of those type of things come out in the orientation.
Right, good, okay, that's a good one.
The second one is a fun one. We're going to have a Halloween golf cart parade, similar to what we did with the 4th of July. This one's going to be on Halloween, on Saturday the 31st. It's going to be from 10 a.m. and it's going to be about 40-minute activity. And we're going to start Clubhouse 1. So if anybody wants to be included in that, they can go on ActiveNet to register. And we'd like them obviously to show up about 9:30. So that we can get it all staged and ready to go, and there's the routes right there.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be fun. It is something that we've started now, obviously because of the COVID, but we can create that social distancing and yet have some fun out there.
Well, are there prizes?
I don't know that one, but I suspect that knowing our recreation department, there'll be something involved.
Well, you know what? That's always fun too when you go out of your way to really decorate and have some fun with it. Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. And I know there's other things too.
The one other one I wanted to mention was, and it's an important one that we've been working on for in the last couple of years, trying to upgrade our landscaping programs. And United is starting their long-term landscaping plan starting this month in October. And what that is basically an enhancement. It really is a modernization plan where we're taking out just regular turf that's hard to maintain, hard locations, and we're going to do a modernization, upgrade, drought-tolerant planting, better landscaping planting. It's going to save us money, it's going to save us water, and I think it's just going to enhance the look of our landscaping in the United area. This was approved in their 2020 budget plan, and so October's a good time to start planting and regrowing before the winter time gets here, get it established, and then hopefully we'll get some rain and good weather in the winter to help it grow and be ready for spring. Yeah,
well, not this week. This week there'll be no rain.
It's going to be warm.
It's going to be very hot this week.
The east winds are back. And
start doing your rain dance, people, so we can get some rain. So, well, good. Well, great information, and everyone should look for your Village Breeze that has all that information and details and maps and a variety of other things.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you. We'll see you again on Friday. Have a good week.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Right. And when we come back, we will have one of my hacks, so stay tuned.